Hi friends, good morning. I am Dr. R.V. Sheila, Associate Professor, MES College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Malleshwaram, Bengaluru. As all of us know, active and passive voice is an item of grammar prescribed for second BSc students under Bangalore Central University. This presentation intends to help the learners to comprehend the concept of voice in English and also the usage of the same. So let's begin. What is voice? Voice is that form of the verb that indicates whether a subject is doing the action or receiving the action. When the subject is the doer of the action, the subject is said to be active. Therefore, the sentence is in active voice. When the subject is the receiver of the action, the subject is said to be passive. Therefore, the sentence is in passive voice. For example, the mason is building the wall. Here, the word mason subject is doing something. It is building the wall. Therefore, it is active subject and the sentence is in active voice. When we change this sentence into passive, the wall is being built by the mason. Here, the wall is the subject. It is receiving action and is being built by the mason is the predicate part of the sentence, and looking at the verb we realize how the subject is passive. Therefore, the sentence is said to be in passive voice. Please note that meaning is crucial in the transformation of sentences and of course for any language activity. Voice and tense. Voice, speech, tense, and mood are four aspects of the verb. When the voice of the verb is changed in a sentence, the tense should remain as it is in the original sentence. Example, the girl helped the old man to cross the road. This sentence is an active voice. The old man was helped by the girl to cross the road. This sentence is in passive voice. But please note that the verb in the simple past tense in the original sentence is retained in the passive sentence as well. Good knowledge of tenses is a prerequisite for working out voice exercise. Let's take a look at tenses because the knowledge of tenses becomes crucial when we are doing voice exercises. Present tense has four forms. Simple present, example, he reads books, indicates habitual action. Present continuous, example, he is reading a book. Here, action happening at the moment is indicated. Present perfect tense, example, he has read the book. Here, action is just finished and it may have implications. Present perfect continuous, example, he has been reading the book. Action that has gone on for some time and till the present moment is what is indicated here. Past tense has four corresponding forms. Simple past, example, she ate mangoes, which indicates completed action. Past continuous, she was eating mangoes, which indicates incomplete action or action going on. Past perfect, she had eaten the mangoes, Action completed in the past with present implications. Past perfect continuous. Example, she had been eating the mangoes. An action that has gone on for some time in the past is indicated. Coming to future, future is a time reference and not a tense category. There are only two tenses in English, past and present, and their different forms. Time is a perception of reality, and there are three times like past, present, and future. Tense is a grammatical category marked by verb inflection. What is verb inflection? A word changes into past or present form with an internal vowel change or with the addition of d or ed, and this is called verb inflection. For example, the word in present tenses can be sing and dance, and their past forms would be sang and danced. Future time is referred to by five different ways. Let's study the examples. The Chief Minister will inaugurate the function on Thursday. Here, will, which is a modal, is used to indicate future time. Next, the boy shall remain in school till 4 pm. Here also we find the use of modal, that is shall, to indicate future time. My uncle is going to arrive in the morning flight tomorrow. Is going to is the form which indicates future time. The train leaves Bengaluru at 4 pm and reaches Tumakuru at 6 pm. In this sentence, we find simple present forms of verbs to indicate future time. Rustum is rushing forward to hit Sohrab. Here, present continuous form to indicate immediate future, as in a narration is seen. Passive voice. Subject and the object of the sentence interchange their positions in the sentence. Subject of the active sentence becomes agent in the passive sentence. And when the verb is passivized, we have passive voice. Is there a formula for passive voice? Yes. Be plus past participle form of the verb gives us passive. For example, the doll was painted by him. Change the voice of the verb and not the tense. Use appropriate form of the verb to suit the number of the subject, whether it is in singular or in plural form. When is passive or active voice preferred? This is getting into the realm of usage. Active sentences are preferred when the doer of the action is given preference. Passive sentences are preferred when the action assumes importance over the doer of the action. Active voice is preferred in fields like literature, arts, journalism, etc., which is particularly or generally considered subjective. And here, doer becomes important. Passive voice is preferred in subjects like science, administration, law, etc., where objectivity matters a lot and action becomes more important than the doer of the action. There are certain situations where we prefer to use passive voice. Passive voice is preferred in certain cases, like, for example, English is spoken all over the world. Here, by the people is the agent, but the agent gets omitted because it is general reference. Second example, My pen is stolen by somebody is the agent, but it is omitted because the agent is unknown. He was asked to resign by the manager is the agent omitted, and here it is for the purpose of maintaining official secrecy or confidentiality. This letter was posted last night by him or her. The agent part of the sentence is omitted because the agent here is unspecific. So, verb in the sentence has to be paid attention because verb indicates whether the sentence is in active voice or passive voice. Coming to yet another aberration of the active and passive rules. Double objects. We do have sentences with two objects, and when we have such sentences with two objects, two passive forms are possible. Example 1. My father gave me this watch. Here, me is the first object. This watch is the second object. Please check how these two objects can become subjects in two different passive sentences. I was given this watch by my father. This watch was given to me by my father. Example 2. The manager refused him admission. Here, him is the first object, admission is the second object. We have two passive forms of sentences. He was refused admission by the manager. Admission was refused to him by the manager. Moving on to active voice. When you convert a sentence from passive voice to active voice, what are we supposed to do? Activate the verb in the sentence to make it active voice. Example 1. The clerk was given permission to attend the meeting by the manager. So this is the given passive sentence. When we change it into active, the manager gave permission to the clerk to attend the meeting. Please note the verb gave indicates that the manager, that is subject, is doing action. Example 2. A new mobile store had been opened by them last week. This is changed as they had opened a new mobile store last week by activating the verb. Transitive verb. This becomes crucial in terms of converting active or passive sentences. Passive conversion is possible only when the verb is used transitively and the sentence has an object. So what is transitive verb? A transitive verb is a verb that transfers action from the subject to the object. So unless we have a transitive verb in a sentence, we cannot change it into passive. Example 1. The ship sank slowly. Intransitive use of the verb sank, passive is not possible. Example 2. The shot sank the ship. Transitive use, therefore passive is possible. The ship was sunk by the shot. So here, please note that we have used the same verb, but in the first sentence intransitively and in the second sentence transitively. So, same verbs can be used in an intransitive manner or in a transitive. So, what are the steps to follow when you are converting a sentence from active to passive? First of all, locate the verb in the sentence. Next, identify the voice of the verb, whether it is active or passive. Then, to change from active to passive, use be plus past participle form of the main verb. Next, to change from passive to active, use present or past forms of the main verb. And agent in the passive sentence is added only when it is necessary for the meaning of the sentence. Let's move on to exercises. Try to work out these exercises and find out how you can convert sentences from active to passive or passive to active. Change the following sentences into passive voice. The principal advised the students to be punctual to the classes. The crowd gave the players a ceremonious welcome. The sea water had damaged the cargo. The girls were helping the old woman to get on to the bus. The chief minister had set up a committee to look into the matter. Now change the following sentences into active voice. The children were advised by the teacher to behave properly. The manager will be asked to resign by the director of the company. The girls were being helped by the coach to swim. The players had been asked to make a quiet entry into the country by the government. A lot of disturbance is being created by the group by their unruly behavior. Try to work out these exercises and I hope it would be useful to you. Thank you.